Hello interwebs, and thanks for tuning into TradeChat. My name's Panzer, and for the majority of this video my friend Michelle is going to be talking to you about this story. But it's really important to me, so I just wanted to give you a little bit of a prerequisite that today I'm going to be showing you a video about Ethan Nichols and his girlfriend Carissa Horton, who were murdered execution style in September after being robbed in a park. And Ethan was a member of the gaming community. He was ranked 36th in Call of Duty Black Ops. He was a big World of Warcraft player. He also was a big StarCraft fan. He was a member of the YouTube community. He was a really big fan of Dodger from Press Heart to Continue, as well as Husky StarCraft. And his murder and Carissa's murder was really appalling. And the people that committed this crime were some of the most heartless people that I've ever heard of. And because of the circumstances that went down, it's just really surprising to me that this didn't gain more attention than it did. And I just wanted to bring this story to you because as a gaming community, I would really just like us to recognize that we've lost someone. And being that Ethan was a big Blizzard fan and he played Warcraft and StarCraft, the real purpose of this video is to ask Blizzard to implement a memorial for Ethan and his girlfriend in either World of Warcraft or StarCraft. So without further ado, here is Michelle to tell you more about the story. And if this does touch you, I do ask that you share it and show other people. The more people that see it, the more likely it is that we can get this done. And I know it would mean so much to Ethan, Carissa's friends and family, just to know that there are people thinking about them and knowing that they were good people and they were innocent and that they didn't deserve this, and that there are people sending their thoughts and prayers to them. So yeah, I appreciate you watching this video.
Hey guys, this is Michelle Morrow, and I just want to say thank you, TradeChat, for taking this story to heart and for letting your subscribers know about what happened. This was a story that touched me really personally, and I want the gaming community to know about it, and I'm kind of surprised, to be honest, that this wasn't national news considering the circumstances.
It all started around 9:30 at night when police say Price and Gerard Davis see Ethan and Carissa jogging and plan to ambush them and rob them. They shot them in the head. 2 hours later, they stole Ethan's white Pontiac. Ethan and Carissa's bodies were not found until 11 the next morning. But Ethan's family tells police they received text messages from Ethan's phone even after the bodies were found. Police used text to lure Price and Davis and chased Price down in the stolen Pontiac less than a mile from Hicks Park. Police found Ethan's cell phone in the car and later a gun at Davis's apartment. Police say when these two were caught, they were not remorseful.
Just to give you guys some background, Ethan Nichols contacted me on Facebook about a year ago. He became a fan of mine, and we started talking about gaming. He was really into StarCraft and Warcraft, and he played a druid and a hunter, which was awesome because we had a lot to talk about. He was in the Warcraft Hunters Union. And just to let you guys know how good of a gamer Ethan Nichols was, he was number 36 in the world for PPMs in Call of Duty Black Ops, which is pretty rad. He went by the gamer tag Fishy. So outside of gaming, he was into Frisbee golf, and he was making a business of making these Frisbee golf discs. So one day in the mail, I go to the mailbox and I get the coolest thing a fan has ever sent me, or anybody. And it was this, he made a disc with my face as Lady Sylvanas. Now, Ethan knew that I wanted to be Lady Sylvanas in the Warcraft movie, and that's how he became a fan of mine. So he made me this. And on September 20th, his mom, Teresa, wrote me on my fan page, and she wrote on the wall, and she said, "I just wanted to let you know that my son, Ethan Nichols, the one who made your Frisbee, was killed in the park last night with his girlfriend." Ethan was 21 and his girlfriend was 19. Her name was Carissa Horton. They were taking a jog. It was around dusk, and they were ambushed by these two guys that were their age. These guys, they were 19 and 21. They stole all their belongings. They took Ethan's keys to his car and then put them on their knees and shot them in the forehead execution style with one gun. In the morning, some joggers found them, called the police, and it became a crime scene. There were police, there were civilians, there were news crews, and there was also the murderer. He showed up back at the scene of the crime, and this is why I can't believe that it's not national news. I don't know why anybody hasn't picked up this story to make it a bigger deal. This guy came back to the park with his girlfriend and sat at a picnic table, and there was a reporter going around and she was interviewing people about safety in the park. She goes up to him, she's like, "Can I interview you?" And he's like, "Yeah." So the guy just goes on camera 4 hours before he's arrested, and he starts saying about how he can't believe how dangerous it is here, and he takes his kids to the park and all this crap.
My name is Darren Price.
You don't have to do that. Just stand still.
Oh, Darren Price.
The 19-year-old was eager for his close-up, claiming he was shocked at the crime scene unfolding behind him.
Got raised a question, is it safe to even walk around this town where people just dying and stuff like this?
And he was the one who killed him, and 4 hours later the police found Ethan's car, they found their cell phones, and they found a 9mm gun. Another just sickening twist of events is that Ethan's sister, kind of knowing that it was odd that Ethan hadn't returned home, was texting him. And the murderers were texting back from Ethan's cell phone saying, "Don't worry, I'm fine. Don't call the police. Like, I don't want to talk about it right now." And that's how they were responding back. These murderers are on trial for their crimes right now. And, you know, as a gamer myself, I think it's vastly important for our community to know Ethan's story. I know gamers are constantly misrepresented. The media blames us for violence all the time, and you know, I think that there are more people playing video games now than there ever were before. And Ethan he was playing Call of Duty, which is often considered a very violent game, you know, but he was one of the kindest and most generous people I'd ever really met. You know, you meet a lot of strangers online and people in video games, and that's kind of become part of our social experience. And Ethan's a good example of a kid who was senselessly murdered for no reason, and it had nothing to do with someone playing video games. And we've made a Facebook page in his honor, and it's called Gamers versus Violence. And our first mission is to see if we can get World of Warcraft to do an in-game memorial for him. So I'm calling for ideas. I want people to go to the page, and I want them to add their own ideas to the post. You know, should he have an NPC? Should he have an in-game item? You know, he went by the name Fishy, and should there be something, a hunter item? You know, he liked, you know, discs. You know, there's lots of ideas there that we could make, but I think gamers really need to stand together and say, you know, we might play some violent games, but we're not violent people. And the people who are creating the violence are people who are antisocial, and I believe that gaming has become such a social experience. So I just want to thank Ethan's family, especially Teresa, his mom, Casey Stewart, his best friend, and Sean Clark, his brother, for giving me some extra information about this, and of course the loving family of Carissa Horton, whom I didn't know, but I really feel for.
Our lives started here, just bloomed and blossomed, and then it was snuffed out mercilessly.
A tragic love story of two young people whose love for Christ brought them together and was taken away by two robbers who gunned them down while jogging in this park. Police say they showed no remorse.
We know with all our hearts that the minute those triggers were pulled that they were in heaven.
I know I have to forgive to be forgiven. I can't find it in my heart for them too right now.
But you will. And it's so important for us to know and believe that, I know I've said it, but we cannot allow none of my family to seek revenge, to have hatred in their hearts, because that is Satan.
We wouldn't be any better than them.
Still, it will not fill the hole, the emptiness two robbers caused.
Tulsa needs to know that these were two very innocent kids.
Beautiful children.
Not doing anything wrong, and their lives were taken in a horrifying way.
Thank you so much, TradeChat, for being so awesome and bringing the story to everybody else. Sorry, I get a little bit emotional about it, but I hope everybody goes and, you know, puts their 2 cents in. So